I'll be there.
Because you use the spatula better than he did, huh?
Yep. Hi, Pickles.
Well, there's Charlie. Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning.
Well, welcome to the Bear Cave on this, I don't know.
It's a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day. We had some rain come in yesterday, and it was kind of blowing, and then it got better, and the wind was still blowing.
My flag was still on my flagpole when we got back from the competition yesterday.
Yep. So we went to the competition, and we'll get into that in a few minutes. But good morning, Charlie. How are you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. We're live.
We need a big poof. There we go.
I'm not doing a big poof. Because I'm the
Charlie didn't get to see the flames.
Then he can come down here and do it and see the flames.
Oh, geez, you're just sassy this morning.
I'm not messing with these flames.
There was a little one, yeah.
Oh.
So, good morning, Cub.
Hello.
Morning, Rusty.
Good morning there, sir.
Man, what a week. What a week.
Hey, yo, calm down, sir. Hey, yo.
Hey, there's my buddy, the dude. What's going on, Mike? How's the wife doing? Travels in Salt Lake still happening? So we went to. Well, how was your week? We'll start with the whole week. How was your week, Rusty?
My week started out normal, but I've been blessed to have been given an opportunity to go back to a previous position of work. So now my current position is working for the Dell project, taking apart laptops and tablets and replacing parts that are down to component level. And with my eyesight, I really hate this job because I'm working with 1mm screws and stuff that is so small that, I just hate it. So I got the opportunity because we had a guy just walk out and quit back in my previous position, and the area manager called me and asked me if I would help him out. So I helped him out 2 weeks ago, and I closed probably 17, 18 calls for him. And then beginning of the week, he asked me to help him again, and then we talked, and he was interested in bringing me back. And so I had that talk with him, and really, really excited about moving back. And I'm supposed to be formally transferred this week. So, and that was a great big blessing for me, just because it's a whole lot easier for me to take apart a full-size computer and work on it than a little laptop or a tablet. And
Thoughts and prayers, Mike. His wife will be out Tuesday, hopefully.
Okay. And so that's how my week started. And just spent the rest of the week actually running calls for both divisions, the retail side and the Dell side. But hopefully this week is going to be a good transition, and I'll be back to my old ways.
Good. Things to the house good?
They are.
I know you've been stressed with the kids moving back.
Right. And had an issue with their dog. They got a new pen for the backyard, and their dog is a pit bull boxer mix. And it tore a big, huge hole in the door of the dog fence that we bought. No, we didn't buy it. His parents bought it.
Yeah.
But we set it up, and the dog actually bit and destroyed the metal fence. So we had to go buy a patch kit and some fence wire and tried to put that in there. And the very next day, the dog destroyed the patch. So
she does not like being caged outside.
No, so got to figure out how to get that thing repaired and
hook up a car battery to it.
Actually, Sean himself actually said maybe we can get this and make this an electric fence.
Ooh.
I'm like, well, okay.
All right. So, Cub, how was your week?
Short. I went to school. Then I went to work. And then Friday, I got my hair redone, and I got last minute things for my trip.
Come show the fellas your hair.
It's just the same as last time.
Yeah, but it looks brighter.
Because it is. It's more brighter. But that's all. And then I packed everything for my trip last night.
She's spring breaking.
Yeah, senior spring break. Yeah.
She's going to go spend majority of the week with her friend Courtney, who's been on the show.
Yeah.
She's University of South Carolina?
Yep, University of South Carolina, Columbia.
Yep. So
I have a question, Cub. Now that you have your official South Carolina driver's license, are you driving to Columbia?
No.
Okay.
No, she came down. Oh, okay. Hi.
Mike says your hair looks good.
Thank you. She came down to visit her parents.
Whoa.
She came down to visit her parents, and she's gonna swing by and come get me before she heads up.
Okay.
And I'm staying with her.
Yeah, she's kind of excited, First college experience without the parents.
Oh, yeah. High school girl, college boys. I know.
Yeah.
No. Anyways.
We ain't stupid.
Yeah.
I'm literally going to sit in her room.
That's what
You're supposed to tell us.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to say. I know. I was your age once.
You act like y'all act like I'm gonna call you like, hey, I'm drinking at somewhere. No.
Hey, you're not gonna call. You're just gonna keep that on the down low.
No.
I was your age once, and I know what kind of mischief is in your jeans. That sounded wrong. Jeans. G-E-N-E-S.
Hey, yo. You were wrong.
I know what kind of mischief's in your heritage. How's that?
Yeah.
Dude, dismiss.
Yeah, I know. That was wrong. Okay. Anywho. Oh.
But you get in any situation whatsoever, one phone call, and we'll be there in 45 minutes.
Unless you're getting arrested, then you got to stay there until morning.
If I get arrested, I'm just going to laugh.
You just stay till morning. That's the way my parents raised me.
Because it'd probably be something stupid that I got arrested for.
Probably. And they'll detain you for like 3 hours, and then you're usually able to walk if you're sober. But they'll keep you overnight. So.
In the drunk tank.
Classic dad quote. Yeah.
Which one?
The jeans joke. So, you're making a drink? Nobody can see what you're doing.
Oh, I'm mixing stuff into a cup.
And you're going to use that to mix with the batter to make the pancakes?
This?
No,
this is for me to drink.
Oh.
That's just for her to drink, yeah.
Because I am affectionate.
So Monday, I had scans.
Good.
First set of scans since we started surveillance mode. So I went in. They were like, well, the MRI machine might be up and it might not be. Okay. We did the CT scan, the CAT scan, and then the MRI machine went down. The fella right before me.
Oh, man.
So they were telling me that if the MRI machine came back up, it wouldn't be for 3.5 hours. So I left, and the CAT scan came back. We had it read on Tuesday. The MRI machine did not come back up, so I got to actually go in Tuesday this week to get it done. But we went to the doctors. We saw on Tuesday, we saw the cardiologist, the oncologist, and the dermatologist. Now, we saw the dermatologist first. After we got blood work, and then we saw a dermatologist. And it's, yes, why are the scans so insanely expensive? I don't know, but they had 2 engineers working on this machine for the MRI, and it still wasn't up. And they had to get like certified engineers, not techs, engineers. But they did you make a mess?
No.
She don't make messes.
Yeah.
She's a professional.
I'm a semi-professional race car driver.
So we went and saw the dermatologist, and you know, it's always awkward when you're in to see a doctor, and then you know he's checking you out with a little magnifying glass with a light on it to check your stuff, and then you got to get butt naked. There's no other way around it. And what was funny was, you know, they give you that little gown, right? And I'm wearing this gown, and I sit down, and this is before the doctor comes in, and my wife just starts laughing. She's like, "Dude, I can see everything," because of the way I was sitting in the big chair. And so she's like, "Oh," and so I start doing my Sharon Stone Basic Instinct move. You had to be there. Well, not you.
Nasty.
Yeah. As a guy, you would know it and you would laugh. As a wife of a guy who's probably done that to you, you would laugh. But it was funny, so I kept doing that. And then the doc comes in, and you know, and I'm trying to behave, and he's got a lady who takes notes. So she's typing, she's head down typing the whole time he's talking. And I'm like, oh crap. So I'm trying to hold my hand down, right, so she doesn't get the whole window shopping experience of the, you know what I'm talking about. And so I'm like, oh man. So I'm like, really, I'm trying not to Sharon Stone this lady. So then he pulls the curtain, you know, and spray paints your whole body. Shout out Goldfinger. That's funny. What's this one? My wife has been at the hospital for a month. Oh man, yeah, that'll be a nice bill. So you know, then after, you know, when he's getting ready to check your undercarriage and everything for rust, he pulls the curtain around so it's just you and him, and everything came out good, no issues, you know, nothing that they're saying, no spots or anything like that. He found some skin damage on the back of my neck, but you know, it's from the last sunburn that I had a couple years ago. But anyway, so that all went good.
I said my toe.
You have another.
I have like 4, but still.
Just be glad you guys have insurance. Without insurance, that stuff is.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So then we go over to the oncologist, and this guy, him and I, we've got a pretty cool relationship. We joke more than we do anything else. We'll talk serious, but we also crack jokes. And I told him, I said, man, you know, I've seen the dermatologist who's right down the hall from him, so they know each other pretty well. And I was like, this guy, man, he's looking at me with the magnifying glass. I said, it's still uncomfortable. And he just kind of laughs. He's like, what's uncomfortable? I said, standing in front of that dude butt naked. You know, it's still a little uncomfortable. I said, he didn't even like buy me dinner or give me a bottle of water or anything. He goes, well, did he take pictures? I said, he had his little magnifying glass. He said, that's why he didn't buy you dinner. And then he had a serious phone call, and he was gone for, it's pretty serious when they come and get the doctor for a phone call during a meeting. And so he got what left, and he was gone 15 minutes. Easy. And we were like, geez. So when he walked back in, I said, let me guess. The Smiths are coming over for dinner, and you've got to go get the certain kind of pasta, and they only like the certain kind of Alfredo sauce with this kind of wine, and then you got to get after dinner wine. And he just started laughing. He goes, only you. So it kind of helped break the ice a bit. But anyway, we looked at the CT scan, and
That was kind of cool. You can't tell me that did not look cool. And neither of you saw it. Great.
I saw it in here. I thought you were going to spill it.
Nope. So did I.
And we looked at the CT scan. He said everything looks good, and that was of the chest and the abdomen area. So the MRI on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, will be of the brain. So,
what's left of it.
Yeah, what's left of it. We'll be able to see the divot where he pulled out the tumor. But
ping pong ball sized hole in that picture.
It's a dent. It's not a hole.
Oh, I did smell some of it, but it's okay.
So, and then he's like, "We'll just do this over the phone, talk about it, and then, so all this stuff looked clear." He's like, "You're free to go. We'll see you back in 3 months."
That's
so
good.
So then the next day was fingers crossed, good vibes headed your way. Thanks, bub. So then the next day, man, I was just wore out on Wednesday. Completely wore out, like the emotion and the scan anxiety that was there but not there, and then the relief. It was just overwhelming and just laid me out. Like I was laid out almost 2 days. Thursday I started up moving around, but I wasn't ready to shoot no videos. So I didn't even have a video for Wednesday because I was going to do it on Monday, and then things got on hiatus because I was waiting on the MRI guy to call, which never happened. Well, when he called me back, he said it's not going to be up. We'll reschedule for a week. So anyway, so now we'll be getting back to trying to get back to going. Morning, Scotty. How you doing, buddy? How's the snow up there? He just got dumped on. He's up in Wisconsin.
Oh.
He just got dumped on with snow. So yeah, that was that, and then started working on some projects. A couple silly projects the wife really doesn't like, but that's all right. It's keeping me busy. I don't know, Cub.
It's gonna work.
I'm thinking you might have to mix some in a bowl first, and then pour it in
probably,
there. And then
this way just seems more fun.
So Friday, I just kind of hung out with the wife after she got off work. We talked about going to go hang out, and I just hung out with the wife. Just enjoyed the day and relaxed, the evening and relaxed with Cub.
When I got home.
Yeah, she was out running, and when she got home. Saturday, we got up early. We went to Spartanburg, South Carolina, which is about an hour and a half away, an hour and a half west of us. And we attended a barbecue competition.
Yeah.
We were judges. And first time we'd been to this one, the first time it had been on a 4-year hiatus. Like they hadn't done it in 4 years. One of the guys actually leveled up, which he went from a certified judge to a senior judge at this competition and he was waiting a year because this was his home. He was from Spartanburg, so he was waiting to get to there. So, but this one here, all the proceeds went to like a Meals on Wheels type deal, and since 2016 or 2018. I can't remember.
I think it was 18.
2018, they raised. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Mike, I sent you an email, man. I'm sorry. I should have sent a Facebook message, but yeah, I'm just not with it. But good morning, Mike. So this Meals on Wheels event has raised like $400,000 for the area. This one event, you know, so it had been going on for, well, they hadn't done it in 4 years. So what is that? 2 years. 2 years they raised $400,000. So talking with a couple of the guys, the cook teams cooked anywhere from 8 butts to a dozen or more, and they also did baby back ribs, and they turned in pork butts, baby back ribs, and then brisket was the ancillary. Not everybody had to get in it. It was kind of like a cook's choice. I'm like hiccup in here. So it was like a cook's choice. If they wanted to get in it, then side bets. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, they posted the results. I checked them out this morning, and one of our buddies in the Army queue, he was up there, I think, second or third place or something like that. And
okay.
But I was going through looking at the list of names just to find things that teams that I was familiar with.
Yep,
there was only a couple that I was familiar with.
I saw High on the Hog guy Matt. I met Matt through Instagram, and we hooked up at an event and became friends since then. And we talked on the phone and whatnot. And but they ended up, what was it, 4th or 5th overall. Like they won chicken wings on Friday night. That was their Friday night. They do something for the public, and
very purple.
They gave them 40 pounds of chicken wings, and they were split.
They did that in Gastonia.
They were drumettes and flats.
No, well, it was Gaffney.
It was Gaffney. We did, yeah.
Gaffney.
And you get 40 pounds, and you can do them any way you want, and then you turn in some, and then you just, the public, they come in, they buy tickets, and then they walk around. If they like what they see or what they want, then they'll give you a ticket and get a sample. So we didn't do anything with that. We didn't judge that or anything. But the wife ended up driving us up to Spartanburg, which was great because she's like, one, it's outside of my later, Scotty. It's outside of my driving time, and it was early enough and a bit dark. She's like, Rusty shouldn't be driving either. So, so my wife bit the bullet and took us, and then she went and saw a friend of hers. So it worked out great for the both of us. Mike says he's having trouble to do it on the phone this morning. That's all right, Mike. Last night we went to the auction, and then I was like, I need to send Mike, and I was like, it's like 10:30 when I thought about 11 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, well, I'll just send it in the morning.
No.
And then I got, why is it turning brown? Okay. So that was my bad. I didn't correlate it right.
No talking.
Coordinate right.
Me is being a genius.
So, but so we had, how many tables do we have? 5, 6?
There was 5 tables.
5 tables, 7 judges per table.
Right.
And we were in a small area, like the hallway at
some
commerce area. Right. Yeah, so it was packed. But we had some pretty cool pork entries. It's amazing what some of these people come up with, and how, I mean, the one they had the tubes pulled, and normally you have them in a shreds like angel hair pasta, right? And they were grouped like straws, like the size of straws, all uniform. So right there takes a lot of time.
No, definitely.
And then layered like 5 wide, and then stacked on top of each other, moved down so it looked like stair steps, and there was 3 steps. So I mean, these were amazing. And then the ends of the tubes with the bark, they cut that off to make chunks. Blew me away. You know, as a cook, I noticed different parts of the buck,
Right.
and that's where, you know, I'm able to see that kind of stuff. Now, I had money muscle that looked like a mini pork chop.
They were that big?
Some of them, I mean, this one, I'm going to tell you, it was almost the size of a coffee cup.
Wow.
Like, no kidding. I was like, holy crap, dude. You just served me a pork loin.
That one was a fail.
No fails, honey.
No, Phil.
No, that one was a fail.
That'll flip over and that'll be a nice yellow pancake.
Yeah. So I should probably get a little closer on Cub here. Let's see. Let's go to that one. How's that one? That one look better? There, you guys can see her. So Cub, tell us what you're doing right there.
I'm painting.
What skillet you got? A Darth Vader skillet and then a regular round.
The hole.
Did you melt the hole?
Probably. Yeah.
Give it here. Let me cut the tip off for you.
I think. Maybe my pancake batter is just too good.
Charlie with the LSU colors. I don't know, buddy.
Like it's not. You see?
I don't know.
Yeah, that hole's not good for sure. Just make sure when you're putting it down, you're not touching the skillet or the batter,
shoot,
because
yeah.
that won't melt that little part.
So
Oh, I'd be doing that.
then and all the flavors. I mean, the flavor and all the sauce stuff. We had one that
Oh yeah.
no lie, because you have amateur teams and then you have teams that are pro.
If you can squeeze it,
And
it's coming out, you know that it's not
Okay.
melted.
You have
So it's probably
had guys that we had teams that
always add a
I mean,
little
literally
bit
just
to it.
morning down.
And what I would do is hold your finger on top of the hole and just shake it back up.
You had a couple teams that had just grabbed pork and threw, like literally had 2 hands of pulled pork and just dropped it in the box. You had one that I had, no sauce, very bland, almost like it was oven roasted.
Too watery. Just put another.
And I had one that was like almost like crock potted. So I don't know. It was just off. It was a nice mix of pro and amateur, which, you know, the amateurs don't know what they're doing. They're learning just like everybody else.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. We had a good time, and then the
Doodle cakes.
baby back ribs was actually kind of interesting because normally they do spares, and for whatever reason the event wanted to do baby backs, and I wasn't complaining. And I mean, all the flavors are the same. It's like once they find a sauce that's working, that everybody uses it. So
And one thing I noticed in the last several comps that we've judged, cinnamon is a very prevalent spice in people's rib rub. And yesterday at my table, out of my 8 samples, I only had 1 that had cinnamon in it. The other 7, the flavor profiles were very, very similar, but none of them had cinnamon except for 1. And I thought that was kind of strange. I don't know if it's the area we were in. Maybe it's just not a prevalent flavor in the Spartanburg area or whatever. But
the thing that I noticed though was like, if any of them had any like back heat, like jalapeno back heat, it came in well after we'd already scored and we were getting ready for the next one. That's when that would come in. You're like, well, wait a minute.
we had one sample that was very pepper heavy, and it happened to be the first sample, and we could still taste the pepper by the time we were sampling the 8th sample.
Yeah.
That pepper just never went away. It almost, we had to cleanse our palate with the crackers and stuff to try and eliminate that peppery flavor.
Yeah, we had one that was like that with the brisket, but I like extra black pepper on brisket. I do. Usually what we found that we really like is we like the hardcore carnivore black, really, really heavy, and then I put on extra black pepper, and that's the way we like it.
Right.
But I usually don't use cinnamon on pork though.
I don't either.
I mean, I've done the the pumpkin spice,
Right.
and it wasn't bad.
I remember that one.
I will make that an actual rub. Like I'll mix pumpkin spice with like either my Bayou Bear or the regular bear rub, and make my own thing. I think that'd be pretty good. But I'm not ready to start cooking a whole butt yet. I just don't have it mentally to do.
Right.
I noticed. So the neurologist told me that when I'm stressed or whatever, or getting excited, or whatever, anything can cause it, that I can revert back to symptoms of before the trauma, before I had the surgery and all that stuff. So that can happen. So with last week being what it was, I was all over the place. I was scattered. So hopefully next week is better. I got this MRI on Tuesday, but then after that I should be relaxing. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I told you this morning that I have somebody coming by the house today to take a look at my big trailer smoker. I might be letting that go today. Teresa already gave me permission that I can buy me one of those whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The Cajatina box. Yeah.
But she already told me I could buy one. I can get it off of Amazon for $400. And so I sell my big trailer smoker today. I'll just take a little bit of money off of that. I'll buy that, bring that down here. And that's something neither one of us have ever used before.
Yeah.
And
morning, Steven.
We could do a couple butts or chickens or something just to play around with that. And that actually get you out there doing a full
because
start to finish butt or something.
That's a 4-hour cook for like a hog.
Right.
Yeah. So the Cajatina box, for anybody that doesn't know, it's basically a plywood oven.
Roaster oven.
Yeah, it's it's plywood on the outside, and then they got a stainless steel one.
Lined with stainless steel.
Yep, lined with stainless steel, and then the top has got it's a stainless steel lid, and then it has a grate on it. So you dump charcoal on top, lit charcoal on top of that, and then the heat radiates down and basically makes it an oven. And they put like 2 or 3 bags of charcoal on top, lit. And then they do, what is it, 100-pound hog?
Yeah, 100. The one that I was looking at goes up to 125 pounds.
And they're done in like 3.5, 4 hours.
A whole hog in 4 hours is amazing.
Yeah. Cleaning it out, I think, would be a kind of a pain in the ass,
but all the stuff drips to the bottom.
Yep.
You get the protein out of the way. It should be easy to.
Did you get one? All right. Let's go to. There she is. Show it. There it is.
But that'd be fun to play with.
Yeah.
It's on the other side there.
I know. I zoomed in here, but so that could be fun. Yeah, and we could probably stand up turkeys or something.
Right.
There's a lot you can do with it.
Throw a couple chickens in there.
Ghost face.
Sweet.
Attempted.
Yeah, we could play around with that.
Okay.
But with the money I'll get off of selling my big trailer smoker, she told me I could use a small portion of it to get that, and I'm gonna get it.
Yeah,
and then tell her, you said I could. I'm not gonna ask her, hey, can I order this today?
they do have one, because one of the things, when I was looking at it pretty heavy a few years ago, they actually made a stainless steel one that has a port to where you can run a cold smoker to.
Yep, add the smoker attachment.
So there is that option. Excuse me. So you could do a smoked. But if you gotta look on Lockheed, it's LA space CAJA.
Yeah.
Lockheed. I can't even say it. But yeah, baby.
$400.
Yep. Look on their website,
Right.
their actual site. But it's a pretty sweet little deal. You just have to find a way to keep it out of the weather.
Well, they have a nice cover with it for it too.
Yeah.
So I would definitely go ahead and get the cover.
Because our South Carolina weather will destroy it in probably a year. Maybe 2. But,
I forgot to add vanilla.
oh. Well, I think that one's probably done.
Let's see, we got that covered.
Yep, okay. So the Chinese roasting box is what they call it.
Yeah.
A guy in Florida makes them. Like, that's out of Florida, where they do a lot of Puerto Rican culture stuff. Carrie!
Hey.
She says, good morning, y'all. Nolan, you look so beautiful.
Thank you.
And you're out of frame. But that's all. There you go.
Thank you.
So. But yeah, we talked about that.
I'm actually in clothes and not pajamas.
Yeah, Carrie, she got up early because she was excited about her little art project this morning.
Like, look at my ghost face. You cannot tell me that doesn't look like a ghost face.
There it is.
Which one is it?
Yep, nope.
You're doing it right.
You can't, like... I almost slipped.
On the phone there. Whoa, on the phone. Oh, you want the other one?
Yeah, I want this one. What do you get? Like,
There you
look at the ghost... Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna... Look at the ghost face. You can't tell me that doesn't look like ghost face.
The Vader one turned out really good.
Okay, but let's
Straight
move
from
on.
the movie Scream.
Yeah, exactly.
So where was we at? Rib turn-in. So, I mean, was there any cool pork boxes you saw?
I saw 2 boxes that the presentation was done extremely well. I could definitely tell they were well-seasoned cook teams and they had done many competitions and knew what we were looking for. But most of the stuff that I received was stuff just thrown in the box. Here's something that the judges can taste.
Yeah.
There was no thought process behind it. And you know, having 38 teams here.
Oh, that's what I forgot to say. Yeah.
This was something that a lot of them were just people sitting out here having fun with their buddies, drinking beer, throwing something on the smoker.
Yep.
And so it wasn't really competition quality, but they were just guys having fun, and it was all for a good cause to make money. And so, no, that's what it was. But you could definitely tell the teams that were there to have fun and were there to actually compete.
Right.
But the 2 boxes that came in that were, had really good presentation, I know it was really, really nice. And I like the one box we had, they took the medallions of the money muscle and they cut them in half so that there was only the part that has the bark on it. And they used those as the presentation as they were stacking the pieces. And it was instead of doing the whole entire slice, the medallion, they only did half of it. And it was like little half moons sticking up from the bedding of pulled pork.
Oh, that's nice.
And that was, it was really uniform. I mean, they spent a lot of time in that box. But it was good to be back out doing it again.
Yeah.
Because we've had a few months of a dry spell.
Yep. What about rib turn-in? Anything on ribs?
No, man, I bet you we only had 2 rib turn-ins because at my table we had 8 samples of ribs, which was unheard of. We never get this much ribs.
Yeah.
But the majority of ours, they were not presented very well in the box. But I know that's because the curvature of the bone did not allow a normal presentation like you would if you had a spare that you had trimmed to a St. Louis cut or something. And because of that curvature, and they didn't want to put any type of sauce or marking on the top or anything of the boxes, they laid them sideways. But whenever they did that, you could not see all the way around the rib cut. And so whenever you're going in for the presentation, turning it around, you had just a flat surface. And most of the turn-ins, they didn't even glaze them or dress them up or anything. And they were like really dry looking for presentation. But if you tilted it one certain way and you could see the actual glaze, the presentation just wasn't there. And that's because of the protein that they were given.
Yeah, and I saw a lot that had the glaze on the sides to where it masked the smoke ring. Like you couldn't see the smoke ring because of the glaze.
I don't remember seeing a good prominent smoke ring on anything.
It was kind of rough on that one.
And me personally, like we discussed yesterday, I was really, I'm not gonna say I guess unimpressed would be a way to put it, of the brisket turn-in.
Yeah, so brisket it's not a normal meat in South Carolina Barbecue Association. Usually ribs is an ancillary, but this event the promoter,
Lee using that big word.
Yeah, the promoter wanted ribs. So I don't know how many racks they had to cook with, but they provided ribs and pork butts. Brisket, then you just brought your own. So I don't know what kind of quality we had, whether it was Walmart, Costco, Snake River, I don't know. We had some that were beautiful. Smoke ring, but they look dry. They just need a glaze. A lot of them were not trimmed to the box, which is it's a competition thing. We did have a couple burn-ins that were really good, but the flavors were all muted and all the same. It wasn't the one that had the black pepper, extra black pepper. I really liked.
My table, we had 4 brisket samples, and we had one sample. One team turned in something that, beyond the shadow of a doubt, they were really, really heavy with beef tallow, trying to keep their product moist. And it was so moist that it was almost mushy. It was so moist they could not cut slices. I mean, It was just like, let's try and get a piece off that don't fall apart to put in the box for the judge to see. And it wasn't very, very well done on presentation side. But all of my meat was, in my opinion, we had one that was very, very underdone. It was so stiff, it was like picking up a popsicle stick. There was no bend or anything at all.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in my 4 samples on the table, there was no smoke ring at all. And granted, we're told not to judge a smoke ring, but, I mean, that's part of presentation. Whenever you see something, how it looks to you. And, but
Dan.
I didn't have any samples of the brisket that I thought were competition worthy.
She just kind of like up and disappeared.
Yeah, she had to go get something. She didn't say, "Hey, would one of y'all watch this for us?"
Oh, can you see that? I don't know what she was planning, but I'm gonna go ahead and do another Raider one. Yeah. So the brisket turned in. I mean, I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't like overly impressed. It'd be like trying a new barbecue spot and you're not sure what you're gonna get, and then you're like, well, that wasn't bad. I can come back for this. Because we judge, and I know my pork. I don't get pork when I go to a barbecue restaurant. I try not to get ribs either, unless I'm like in the mood for it. But I'll get the brisket because that's not something that we get all the time.
Right. And I don't get pork that much either. A couple weeks ago, whenever you and I went to Fort Mill to that place, and you got those pulled pork nachos.
Yeah.
That I ate that, and that was really good. And that was an actual pulled pork product that I would actually order again as a sandwich or something. I mean, it was really good. And that's something I never would have tasted if it wasn't for that pulled pork nachos, because I don't order.
This one needed flipped.
Yeah, I know. I had to.
I don't order
watch
pulled
the
pork.
diet, or else Mom was going to be mad.
Oh. Okay. You can make some more batter. Is this one still on?
No, I turned that one off.
Oh, no wonder this isn't cooking.
Yeah, I turned it off.
No wonder this one's not cooking. I was like, what in the world?
Okay, that one looks better than the other screen.
Yep. I like this blue Vader one.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna see it.
Dad, no, bring it back.
Why?
Picture. You didn't take picture.
Oh, that's
so put it back.
That's right. Dang it. Well, I'm gonna eat these scraps.
Eat them scraps. Some scraps are scraps.
I'm kind of hungry.
No, I'm good.
So next weekend's Easter. Mom has informed me that we're not doing a live next week. So we're gonna take.
How does she know? She can't tell the future.
Oh, she put on her wizardry hat and she said, "You're not doing a live next week. We're gonna enjoy the Easter holiday."
Okay.
So, as of now, and it may change. It may change. Dang, trying to eat I'm telling you, Carrie, I'm kind of hungry. We went to the auction last night.
Listen.
Oh man.
And fat kid won out.
Yeah. I didn't open up anything yet except for one of my packs of Oreos.
I was so good at the auction last night.
What are you tried to buy a Pope's chair.
Bishop.
Get it right.
It was a bishop bench. And I'll give it to her. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it to sit on
Yeah, neither could I. I just thought it was cool. I just thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about it myself, but then I was like, time you cushion it, and then you're going to sit on it, and it's not going to be very comfortable. So I passed it. But anyway, that kid won out. My man that owns the place, Chris.
That man has all that.
He got out the zebra cakes.
And zebra cake donuts.
Yeah, the donuts weren't as impressive, but I was like, okay. And it was the Hostess zebra cake donut, or Little Debbie's.
Mm.
Little Debbie zebra cake donuts come in a bag. They're like $4 a bag. We got them for $2.
$1.
$1.
$1.
Yeah, they're good, but they're not like, ooh, this is amazing. I gotta have it. It's not like the zebra cake. So, fat kid won out on that one. I did get a box of zebra cakes. Fat kid won on that one. But my dog was kind of in my ear too, going, hey, we haven't had zebra cakes in a while.
I would just like to say, I did amazing.
But we did get some, Mike, we did get some healthy stuff. I got some Kind bars and some protein bars. So,
No, for Mom.
well, I got 2 boxes of each. So
Oh.
one's for me and one's for Mom, for her office. So it wasn't all junk, just a little bit. Olive oil, I did buy some olive oil.
Yeah, two times in a row you bought olive oil.
Yeah.
You should have plenty of olive oil.
Two different brands. 2 different brands, solid olive oil, but
it was funny. One thing, it might have been the Bishop share. I don't remember. The Colonel Mark was looking in your direction, and he kept going up with the brunt. And
yeah,
like,
I was like,
"Are you looking at me?" He had to turn around and find out Nolan was bidding on it.
yeah,
right behind
she was
you.
sitting behind us, and she was bidding. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And then I was like, oh, it's Cub. Carrie, if you take a zebra cake and put it in the freezer, it tastes like an ice cream bar.
Dad, you failed. Just kidding.
You're the one that flipped it.
Dad was the one who made it.
You didn't cook it long
It
enough.
wasn't waiting on. It wasn't ready.
It was. Yes, it was.
Obviously not. Now look at it.
Look in the bottom of the pan.
You can't see it. You can't see it.
So I actually got some pulled pork left from the event yesterday that I'm going to make some pulled pork nachos. Or not nachos. Oh, shit. You got me thinking-
Nachos?
No, pancakes. Pulled pork pancakes. So I'll heat it up and put it on top of my pancakes. But,
I'm starving, so I'm preparing.
you're going to have to make some more so everybody else gets pancakes.
Everybody can have one pancake.
Come on, you're making art. Let's go. So, what?
Nothing. Just your dogs. Being doggy.
Oh, Carrie, I'm telling you, if you get the small ones, because the ones that have like the 2-pack, because then you get one, and then the other one you split in half and you give it to your dogs. Well, I do it anyway. With these big ones, because these are the big ones that are like, I don't know, what are they, mason jar size, wide mouth mason jar size, and that one I get about 2 bites, and then I break it in half and I split it with the dogs. So both the dogs get a piece. And they love it. And so do I. That way I don't eat the whole thing. And, so last night we had the spring cakes, which are zebra cakes, but they're the Easter colors.
Oh, so that's what I
That's what it
like I
is,
said, I haven't
yeah.
opened mine yet. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, it's instead of the
white and black
the
stripes.
chocolate, the chocolate stripes. It's got the yellow and
Pastel
green.
color.
So those are really good. I got one last night. Fat kid won out, and so I took 2 bites of it. I split it in half, and then gave the rest to the dogs. So I didn't eat the whole thing. Thank goodness. But what are you doing? Duck dancing?
It's a TikTok.
That's a duck dance.
It's a TikTok. I sent it to Carrie. It's a TikTok.
Okay.
Me and Carrie's conversations just be funny.
She loves Pop-Tart. Oh, I'm telling you what. I haven't had a Pop-Tart in a good minute. A real good minute. And I love Pop-Tarts. I grew up on Pop-Tarts. And the cheap ones.
The store brand?
The store brand.
Toasties?
Yes. Or the Walmart brand. Yep.
That's the same thing here. We always had the Toasty brand from Food Line.
Yep. I always love the blueberry frosted ones were my favorite. All-time favorite. And the dogs do like those too. They pretty much like anything.
Well, Dad, they're dogs.
Yeah. They're not too fond of carrots. But oh, anyway, so what do we got going on? Let's see. So we're going to take next weekend off for the holiday, Easter holiday. I don't know. We're going to record podcast tomorrow.
Yeah, still gotta listen to number 13. I haven't listened to that one yet.
Yeah, man. Number 13. What's going on, bud? RXTX is in. This guy, man, I hopped on the live last week, and this guy was talking about his stripper chicken.
Hey, yo.
So, of course, it got my mind to thinking, and I got it wrote down to do. And he put lemons underneath the skin to make it boobs. And
yeah, I've seen videos like that on YouTube.
Well, it fell over, and one boob fell out. And he took the neck and stuck it up so it was a Bangkok. What was that? Taiwan?
Yeah.
Taiwan
Bangkok's
chicken?
the capital of Taiwan.
Yeah. You know, where whatever happens in Bangkok, so it was like a Bangkok chicken. And it was funny. So then I got to thinking, I was like, man, so if we do like a stripper chicken where you got it standing up like on a beer can holder, but then you take that, that rod that they put on for the turkey fryer, the little hanger.
Right.
If you set that off to the side of it and run your, like you'd have to like kind of tie the wing on so it's holding onto it.
Holding the pole?
Yeah, holding the pole. And then, kind of kick the leg out. You might have to tie it too, so it looks like it's hanging from the pole, but it's sitting on the beer can.
Yeah.
Rusty, that is your best friend.
And then, you could do the chicken or the maybe do some way to hold the little bamboo skewers or something to hold the lemons up, and put on maybe like some little pasties or something.
Hey, yo.
Maybe that's something we can do in the cooking box.
I was kicking it around, and after I watched this, and I was like, man, that's gonna be some funny stuff.
I was thinking about this box. It takes so much charcoal on top of this thing. I mean, you really got to have a lot of meat inside that thing to make it worth it. Because,
yeah.
I mean, it's going to be $30 worth of charcoal.
Easy. 30 or $40, yeah. But yeah, so that was something I've been kicking around ever since your video. And his video, because the thing fell over and the boob fell out and all that, he ended up shooting it. Like he pulled out his pistol and was like, kapow! Naked chicken swinging on the pole. Yeah, man, that got me rolling, dude. I was thinking about that all night, the rest of the night. I went to bed thinking about a stripper chicken.
Don't tell people that.
I know, it's terrible. Almost as funny as last night when you were talking. They had, so at the auction house they had a lady was selling a. What's up, Uncle Steve? Put some dessert shake on. Put some dessert shake on that. Oh yeah, with some sprinkles. Make it like glitter. We'll take some sprinkles and run it through smash it and mix it in with the dessert shake and sprinkle it on top. Oh, yeah, that'd be funny.
Continue what you were saying.
Yep, you lost your train of thought again.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry.
The lady was selling this at the auction.
Yeah, so this lady she just basically cleared out her garage and brought all the stuff up here. She was selling it cheap just to get rid of it. She had, if anybody has girls, the American Girl dolls, they were really popular early 2000s, 2004s. Well, they had the bunk beds. And they were wooden bunk beds, and then underneath it had a trundle bed. And so I'm like kind of joking about, the American Girl doll, because my oldest daughter had a couple of them. And Rusty says, "Oh, my son's got one of those." And I was like, "He's got a doll bed?" He goes, "Yeah, under his bed." And I was like, wait a minute. Your son has his bed. He goes, no. The
trundle bed.
The trundle bed comes out from underneath his bed. So in my head, I'm thinking, dude, your girlfriend just became a live-in, and she's got her own bed underneath the. And I was like, oh man, yeah. So we went completely left field, really fast.
You went completely left.
Yeah, I went completely left field fast, and
during the height of COVID, that little bed came in handy because in Tamara's room, we actually pulled the trundle bed out and put it in there, and we all took turns using that room whenever we were in isolation and quarantining ourselves.
The trundle bed, not the baby doll bed.
Right.
So my demented thinking was like, you're telling me your son's got a baby doll bed underneath his bed? Crazy. Oh, and through batter. Yeah, man. Yeah. So Cub was making some art with her pancake batter. Show the new ones with your skulls there. Your screen skulls.
This is the best one.
Whoop. There you go. Yep, that one looks really good.
Looks like Mr. Bill.
No, this looks like me in the morning.
That's true. But so we got another competition coming up, Florence.
Yeah.
None of you
2
guys
weeks.
saw.
Really excited about that one. I don't know if I'm more excited about the competition or just going to Buc-ee's.
Yep. So the Buc-ee's in South Carolina is in Florence, and it's 15 minutes from the comp.
Yep.
So we'll be hitting up a Buc-ee's, and the wife's driving to that one. So
might be able to, since we didn't get to walk around and do any interviews yesterday, maybe we can do a little video inside Buc-ee's.
yeah, we probably could. So the wife, she was with us, and she had went and stayed with a friend while we were doing the comp, and then when we got done, she was already there, and
I'm glad you didn't steal it.
she was already walked around. She was ready to go.
No, I bought it.
So we get out, we find her, and she's like, "Come on, let's go." And we're like, hey, we were gonna look, and she's like, "Well, you can do that, but I'm ready to go." So we just up and left. But anyway, that's what happens.
Yeah, it does.
So thankful that she drove though, because my sugar was high when we left. Boy,
a lot of sweet sauce on our food samples yesterday.
Yep. So what are you doing? Drawing eyebrows?
No, it really looks like Mr. Bill.
I'm gonna draw a mustache.
Oh no! Put a beard on him.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's Lucky Dogs. Yep. We've not been there. I mean, it's been open almost a year.
Probably a year or so.
And we've not been there yet.
We've talked about it a lot, just never made the trip. Now we've got no reason not to make the trip because of the competition.
Because Florence is about an hour and a half.
Yeah, at least.
So almost 2 hours away. So we kind of have to have a reason to go there. And this was it. So Steve, I will look and see to make sure that they have your stuff in there, and I will let you know.
We'll take a picture by the stand.
Yeah. Yep. So, Cubby, you still playing?
Maybe I can pick me up a bottle of spicy.
Spicier.
Yeah, the spicy R, since I don't have any at the house.
All right, Carrie, have a good one.
Bye, Carrie.
Yep.
Give me this.
So,
Give me this right here.
all right, well, let's get out of here and we'll get some pictures, snappy snaps of Cubs artwork here. And y'all have a great one. Thoughts and prayers to y'all. Make sure y'all are staying safe and healthy, and the family does good.
If it's something that we would do, don't do it.
Think twice. Think twice, and then whether it's worthy you're telling us about it. So, all right, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Have a great Easter, and we'll see you guys
in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Have a great time, guys. See y'all later.
Bye. Oh, you gonna end us out?
Oh. There's tools in cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. You guys are awesome. Stay safe, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
And she definitely had fun.
Oh, yeah.
My God, it's so cute.
See y'all later.
See ya.